Hey, it's me. And I'm watching the story now about Oprah. I'm watching it again. I'm looking at the pictures. And the woman, I really had a hard time earlier explaining this with a straight face. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Did I say I couldn't believe I could not believe it. But 15,000 people showed up as they shot, hung, burned, and mutilated the body of a black man who had no real trial. It was just an allegation that was spoken, and they decided, oh that's it, that's the ticket, and it happened to nearly 30,000 lynchings. I mean, I may be off on that. Maybe it's more like 5,000, but that's a lot of people. Maybe I have to go back and get those numbers again, write them down. It's just unfreaking believable that the woman sitting there and telling me, and I feel as though it's my situation. I feel as though it's my reality. I feel as though it's what I'm going through. It's not good enough. It's never good enough. It's not good enough. Nah, ain't good. No. Never good enough. It's not that you just pay, but you gotta pay and pay and pay. It's like if you went to McDonald's and you had to pay your 15 cents for the hamburger. Oh no, you gotta pay. You gotta keep paying, brother. You gotta pay some more, and then pay some more, and then pay some more, and then and then you're gonna pay, and you're gonna pay, and there's never an end. And I just sit there thinking, wow, this sort of human being thinking, stinking thinking, as Smiley on Doggone, I'm Good Enough, and and the SNL skit from this last Saturday, this last weekend, and the fellow that was visiting from Ethiopia or whatever, on Black Jeopardy, he was like, well, in my country, we contact law enforcement because they are there to help us. And they're going, no, and they're like, wrong answer, Sherlock. And it's just so stunning, that the same stinking thinking. I have friends of mine that are just never good enough. Gotta be more. You gotta pay. You didn't get it. So we're gonna shoot you, and then burn you, and then hang you, and then drag you, and then drown you, and then post you, and then cut you up, and then just like this vehement hate, this endless, torturous hate. It's just so sad. Go to CBS. 60 minutes overtime on CBS. I think it's 60 minutes overtime.com, and look at the pictures, and it's how sad. And the sad thing is, it's still happening today. This is still happening. It's still the truth. It's still the reality. It's still a fact. And let me just get this person ahead here. They don't think they're listening. What are they doing up here? It's just like, you need to move along, Junior. I'm here at Costco, and there's a whole thing up there, and the person's waiting. Like, what are you waiting for? I'm going to keep my horn handy. I mean, I want to spend my whole life here in the Costco gas line. It's fun to be in the gas line. I want to be in the gas line. Yeah, it's fun. The reason they got the middle lane is so you can just pass. Once the person in the front gets their gas, you zip around, you get going. Everyone keeps moving. You don't sit there and, well, they're going to wait. No. You don't wait. You just move. Move. You keep moving. That's what you do. Well, what's the answer? Jesus is the answer for the world today. Look up Andrew Crouch song. I just delivered a keyboard out to Riverside, and I met a dear family, a lovely couple, and I saw their baby. Precious little soul, ripped out of the family for no reason, for no apparent reason. Well, yeah, we decided. The same thing, just a spoken allegation from people who are adjudicated liars and fabricators. That's all you need, just a little whisper. We gotta protect the children. No, you don't. You want to destroy families, and you want to just keep your job, and you want to create craziness where there's no craziness. And then they act like if the mom or the dad acts at all as though they're upset, oh, they got a problem. They're manic. They're psychotic. They need drugs. No, they're having a normal, reasonable reaction when you take their babies. People freak out. Try taking a baby lion away from a mother lion. You can't do it. It's an intuition of a mother to protect her babies. And this whole idea that you come in with a sheriff and, well, the kids aren't nurtured. The children, they're just not nurtured. They don't look like they're thriving. They gotta be thriving, and they're not thriving. I mean, what is that? They're not thriving. So you're going to take them and put them in a stranger's house where they're going to be risk of being hurt by a pedophile, hurt by a maniac, hurt by my son was hurt because he was put in a home. His eye was cut open. Within a day of being there, somebody shoved him. Something happened, and he had a gouge in his eye, and he just about lost his eye. He never had that problem at my house, and there was no problem at my house. But the fabricators, the people who want to make junk up, they made some junk up. And it was never good enough, never good enough, never good enough. And we kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And we met with one of the commissioners over the Child Protective Services. And they said, well, if this thing gets solved real quickly, you'll know that they made a mistake. And if it doesn't, well, that it's going to just take its course. And within a few weeks, we were done. The judge finally looked at the videotape. Hi. I guess they were just in the neighborhood, my son was saying. He's just real innocent. My daughter, I don't want this drawing. You can just keep it. Let me finish it, now you can just keep it. My kids were very confident, there was no problems, and it was just like, so, as Christians, the Bible says that we are to, these lights, red lights are getting me here. Bright red lights, they say as Christians, we are supposed to let's see what's happening here. We're supposed to forgive. If we don't forgive, then we're not going to be forgiven. If we don't take the initiative to get to know and love our brothers and sisters, our neighbors, then there's going to be trouble. When we get before God, he's going to say, what? What's that? And this whole idea that our society was out there stringing up black people, boys and girls, men and women, burning them, cutting them, mutilating them, and 15,000 people sitting around, yeah, look at that, look, Marge. Are you serious? How shameful, how horrible, and this all happened within the last few years. This isn't like ancient history. This is, back in the Roman days. No, this is happening. This is happening within 20 years of my birth. This all happened. It's just like, when I was a kid, I understood that it was the Ku Klux Klan. It was some little mama up in the middle of the night with a burning cross and trying to do something. But no, this is not that. This is people who are fully aware, in the light of day, publishing articles, sending out postcards, talking about we're going to have a barbecue today. We're going to barbecue old Sammy boy because he didn't do what we wanted. And we're going to make a big scene about it so that all the other Negroes they'll get the lesson. And those Negroes that once they see this is happening, that'll be a lesson to them. That'll be a lesson to them. So bizarre, so sad. Just makes my heart sick to think that people in this world, people in this neck of the woods, people in the United States of America. Oh God, no, I don't know. I got an eyelash in my eye. Oh boy. People in the United States of America, they thought it was okay to hurt. We won't even today let even little puppies or cats be hurt. These are human beings, men and women with families and children and uncles and aunts, beautiful, beautiful people. And they're being hung up. And the woman just went over. It isn't good enough to shoot him. You have to hang him. You got to burn him. You got to mutilate him. You got to drown him. You got to drag him through town. It just seemingly it was endless. It was endless. The endless insanity of folks in this country. I'm pissed. I'm so angry about this. I tell you, I'm just so angry. It's so outrageously ridiculous that this was ever considered okay. Oh yeah, it's all right. It's justice. We're gonna get them justice. Yeah, right. Let's see someone walk up to your house and accuse you of just make some kind of stuff up, or let's say that the guy didn't follow the protocols of the society that were at that time. Well, you correct the person. You talk to them. You go through and you maybe give them a fine or but you don't murder them and kill them and strike them and burn them and stab them and cut off their, no. Give me a call, would you? I'd love to hear from you. 213-713-8954. This is Bob, and I'm really wanting to talk to you. God help us, amen.